My name is Sandy Bloom, and I'm going to be doing a book talk on the excellent children's chapter book, A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle, and I'm going to open with a passage from the book. She looked around rather wildly. They were standing in a sunlit field, and the air about them was moving with the delicious fragrance that comes only on the rarest of spring days, when the sun's touch is gentle and the apple blossoms are just beginning to unfold. She pushed her glasses up on her nose to reassure herself that what she was seeing was real. They had left the silver glint of a biting autumn evening, and now around them everything was golden with light. The grasses of the field were a tender new green, and scattered about were tiny multicolored flowers. Meg turned slowly to face a mountain reaching so high into the sky that its peak was lost in a crown of puffy white clouds. Such is one of the many fantastic scenes that Meg Murray witnesses on her amazing journey to find her father that transcends time and space. And this quotation from this excellent novel conveys Madeline L'Engle's gift at creating vivid imagery and making us feel as though we are time traveling with her characters. And so I'm going to be doing a book talk today on A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle, which is a fantasy chapter book that was the 1962 Newbery Medal winner. Meg Murray is a young woman with brilliant scientists for parents and a precocious younger brother, Charles. And Meg herself is very smart but also very insecure. Her father has been missing for over a year. On a dark and stormy night, an eccentric woman named Mrs. Whatsit arrives at the Murray house, and she appears to be a homeless woman until she starts talking. And she is actually a celestial being who can read minds and who informs Mrs. Murray that there is such thing as a tesseract. And what follows is the adventure of Meg, her brother Charles, her friend Calvin, Mrs. Whatsit, and her equally eccentric friends Mrs. Who and Mrs. Which, on an intergalactic journey to find Meg's father and rescue him from the dark forces that are holding him hostage on the evil planet of Camazotz, where everything is exactly the same. On the journey, Meg discovers much about herself and her capabilities. Much of this wisdom comes from Mrs. Who, Mrs. Whatsit, and Mrs. Which, who often dispense interesting quotations from famous figures across a wide range of history and cultures. But the greatest moment of truth for Meg comes near the end of the book on Camazotz, when she faces evil itself. And here she learns the capacity to love in the face of overwhelming darkness. L'Engle develops themes of the battle between good and evil. Her characters are sharply drawn along this line, with good and bad characters very obvious, and the fact that love conquers all. She also stresses the importance of finding yourself and embracing your individuality, and also the dangers of conformity. She does so with vivid imagery and language that makes you empathize with the characters, especially Meg. So why should you read this book? Not only is it extremely well written and a great story in and of itself, but this is the book that inspired me, an awkward preteen when I first read it, to be myself and to know there is more to me than meets the eye. It inspired me when faced with middle school peer pressure and conformity to be comfortable with myself and not to change myself for others. Not only are the adventures in the book exciting, the lessons are so important even nearly 60 years after publication. This book will appeal to many readers due to its place in multiple genres. If you like dystopian fiction, fantasy, or stories about time travel, you will love this book, especially if you like The Giver or the Chronicles of Narnia series. L'Engle wrote 4 other great books about the Murray family too, and this book also features a strong, complex, and realistic female protagonist. So if you admire Katniss Everdeen, Hermione Granger, or Ramona Quimby, you will love this book. Please read and enjoy this classic, A Wrinkle in Time.